Right guys, welcome back. This week I thought I'd change it up and give you an example of one of my workouts from the week, and this one was an upper body session that me and Dylan decided to do. As you can see from this clip, I start out every workout the same, and that is filling in me log so I know what I'm doing that day. Yeah, so basically all I do is I log the reps, the sets, the exercise and the weight I've hit that specific day, and that is just to make sure that I'm staying consistent with my lifts and that if they're not progressing, they are still maintaining and I'm not going backwards on myself. Obviously during prep, that's quite a common thing, so I like to try and keep on top of that. And the first exercise of the day was bench press. So as you can see here, we're warming up with the bar and then moved up to 10 kilos a side. Yeah, as you can see from the beginning of the clips, both me and Dylan do the exact same thing when we're bench. Try and retract your shoulders, dig your shoulders right into the bench and get your arse planted before you lift. And it just keeps your form nice and tight when you're bench pressing. Yeah, honestly, form is everything when it comes to every exercise. If your form's fucked, your workout's basically useless. You're going to end up either hurting yourself or just hitting the wrong muscle. So as you can see, I warmed up with 10, then we moved up with 20, and then 30 a side, and then Dylan went up to 100 for a single, and I went up to 100 for 10 reps. Today Dylan was just hitting singles, however I on the other hand was doing working sets of 10 reps, and me weight I had to hit was obviously 100 kilos. So this is my first working set of 100 kilos for 10, which didn't actually feel too bad. The first 5 or so reps moved nice and fast, and then the other 5 I kind of ground out near the end, but I was really happy considering at the end of my prep for the Yorkshires, 60 kilos was like 150 kilos on the bench. I literally could not get it to move, so it's nice to be back feeling stronger in the gym. But yeah, I hit me 10 reps which I was supposed to hit, and then we moved on to Dylan's sets. Now he went from 100 kilos to 120 kilos for a single, which moved pretty fast. And then yeah, Dylan then moved up to 131.25 kilos and ended his raw sets on 140 kilos, so 3 plates aside. Then moved on to my final set of flat bench, which was once again 100 kilos for what was meant to be 10 reps. But as you're about to see, I think I only got about 7. This just felt so heavy after that first set of 10. But obviously I had numbers to hit, so I went for it. But yeah, once again, as you can see, digging my shoulders into the bench, retracting my scapula to keep my form nice and tight, and away I go. But yeah, then first, I think 3 moved pretty good, and then after that it just starts really kicking in the fatigue, and I get, like I said, I think 7 reps, so that last rep was an absolute grind and a half. Just felt like I was going to get crushed by it, but I was happy I hit numbers I wanted to hit, and my strength's feeling really good in this prep at the moment. Dylan then decided to move on to slingshot bench, where he hit 140 for a double instead of the single that he previously hit. It moved pretty good considering, like I said, he's just came back off holiday. But yeah, he progressed from 140 to then go to 150 with the slingshot for a double. Once again, moved pretty good. He was quite happy with them. Yeah, he then decided to do his final set with 160 for a double. And yeah, they moved pretty good as well, so he was happy with that.
The next exercise we moved on to was a hammer strength chest press. Sort of like a decline and a flat angle. But yeah, we did 2 warm-up sets on this. So we had 20 aside, then 30 aside, and then our first and only working set was 45 aside. Now, this exercise we're done a rest pause set. So yeah, you do 12 reps, then a 10-second breather, then 8 reps, then 10-second breather, and then 5 reps. And as you can see here, after my first 12, the second set of 8 was a proper grind compared to the first 12. You're just so fatigued, like you literally have the right amount of rest, so you just kind of get your breath back, but you're not actually recovered. Yeah, it's a really good structure for sets if you want to try something different. I don't think I actually got my second set of 8, but I got my last set of 5, and I think I actually dropped it down to 40 instead of 45 for the final set. Moving on to the third exercise of the day was pec deck flies, and this one was a different kind of structure as well. We're doing 6 sets of 4, so we'd warmed up twice, 2 sets each, and then we're done 6 working sets of 4 reps, like on a fairly heavy weight. So you can see Dylan here is about to do his 6 sets of 4, and honestly, like, it sounds easy, but by the time you get to about set 3 and set 4, it feels so heavy. Like, you've probably got to really dig deep for them last couple of sets to get them just very few reps, but you really burn yourself out. So this is a good idea as well if you're looking for something different. Just taking an exercise that you would normally do and then changing the structure, whether that be the reps, the weight of the sets, and the rest period, can totally change your workout completely and take you from, say for example, doing 2 sets of 10 on a weight that you find alright, change that to 3 sets of 8 for a heavier weight, and you'll find like the exercise feels so much better, so different, even though it's this exact same movement. You're just changing that structure up a tiny bit, so your body needs to adapt to that. We then decided to do a little bit of shoulder work, so we've done some side lateral raises with the dumbbells. This was I call it a triple drop set, but it's more like a quad drop set. Basically, you start on a weight that you know you can get 12 reps for. So I started with 15 kilos and then moved down to 12 kilos and just repped it out until I physically couldn't get any more, and then drop it again. But as you can see here, I'm actually putting the dumbbells together compared to just putting them down my sides, and the reason for that is you get such a bigger range of movement and the lift feels a lot better compared to just coming to your sides. That extra, say like couple of inches just coming all the way down makes a hell of a difference and makes the exercise a lot harder compared to just hitting your sides. So yeah, I done 15 kilos for 12, then I repped out 12 kilos, then I dropped it again to 10 kilos, and finally dropped it down to 7.5 kilos and just repped it out. And honestly, that 7.5 doesn't feel like much if you started with it, but by that last set, it feels heavy as fuck. Honestly, it really does. The next movement for rear delts is face pulls with the cables, and we use the rope attachment for this one. So you basically just want to pull, keep your back straight and pull your elbows back, and you'll feel your rear delts contract really nice. I absolutely love this exercise. This in rear delt flies is probably just the 2 best exercises I think personally for rear delts, and people really neglect rear delts, so you really need to focus on them when you're training your shoulders, because that extra head, you've got your 3 heads, your front, side and rear, makes that cannonball shoulder shape. So neglecting them, you're going to end up with muscle imbalancement if you're missing stuff like the rear delt and just hitting that front from your pressing and your side from your side lateral movements. You'll probably end up with rotator cuff problems like I've actually had before. So it's always good to make sure you keep them balanced. But yeah, we moved on to back next and done some bent over dumbbell rows. This was a rest pause set again. So we've done 12 reps, 8 reps, 5 reps per hand for 35 kilos. And when you're doing this movement, you've got to remember to really squeeze them lats when you're pulling back, and almost as if you're trying to pull that elbow all the way back as far as you can, and you'll get a nice squeeze compared to just pulling your wrist up or moving your shoulders back. You get a much better contraction if you focus on that elbow movement. So yeah, what I tend to do is I'll do 12, 8, 5 on my right arm, then swap to 12, 8, 5 on my left arm, and it's just simply because if you swap, do 12 on the right, 12 on the left, 8 on the right, 8 on the left, 5 on the right, 5 on the left, you'll find that your reps end up getting a bit messed up because you're actually resting on that arm when you're training the opposite side. So that's something to keep in mind when you're doing these exercises as well, if you try this out. But yeah, these felt mint, and to be honest, I probably could have went heavier for this. I didn't feel as fatiguing as the previous exercises, for example the pec deck flies and the bench press, where I felt like I went complete failure. In fact, I even got Dylan the spotters for the last couple of them reps. So yep. And moving on to the final exercise for the day, which was bent over T-bar rows. Our gym actually has a T-bar row built into the wall. Compared to some gyms, you just put the bar in the wall, but either will work. Or you can actually get the machines where you lie on a pad and it's all like built in. They're unbelievable. You don't have to worry about keeping your body nice and tight. You can just kind of lie and get the movement. But yeah, we did 3 sets of 10 reps on this, and I can't remember how much weight we actually done. I think we're done about, I think it was about 50 kilos or something I think we started with, and then moved up to 55, or it might have been 60 and then 65, I really can't remember. But these felt like so heavy by the end of this workout. Obviously we'd hit quite a few muscle groups, but yeah, we came to the gym late today, so as you can see from this final clip here, we actually left bang on time as well, so we got everything in we wanted to do. The gym actually closes at 4 o'clock, so we kind of just went over. But yeah, if you've got any questions about the workout or anything like that, just put it in the comments below and I'll get them answered. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one.